Welcome to Slasher Sunday. So tonight I am going to finally tackle The Hills Run Red. Now, I'm not exaggerating. For the last maybe like 15 to 20 Slasher Sundays, I have had this movie in my hand. I had it sitting up here, really high up, and every time like Sunday would come around, Sunday would come around, I would grab this thing. And then something would prevent me from picking this as the movie of the week. And it would just kind of get put up. And this tonight, I just grabbed it without looking at anything else, without looking at my Patreon, without looking at anything. I was just like, nope, tonight's the night. I'm doing it. So here we go. The Hills Run Red. So this is a movie I saw when it came out. I was pretty hyped about it because I personally think that the mask, the look of the killer all together is one of the best, especially in recent memory, like in the last like couple decades. I think it's one of the top like 5 best looking killers in a horror movie. And so I saw that William Sadler was in it, who I was a pretty big fan of at the time. And I was just so hyped. I was so excited. I was like, yes, a slasher movie. Looks like it's going to be insane. And I was pretty disappointed, to be honest. And I was bummed about it. But, you know, I saw a decent amount of praise for it over the years. And so I bought a copy. And I've had this copy for a long time. And I just never got to watch it, to rewatch it. And so tonight is the night. This is my second viewing ever with this movie. So, all right. Now, I actually wrote down names again. Look at me. Look at me growing up. All right. So, on this view, did my opinion change in the movie? Yes, but not dramatically. I don't think this is great. I think this is pretty good. I think what would elevate this movie to being excellent, top tier slasher stuff, and it will, one of these demands would probably seem a tad hypocritical coming from a slasher fan who likes movies that have shitty acting, but I would have liked maybe a better lead. Maybe that's my issue, or, well, I don't really care for Alexa all that much either. I don't know. I guess the acting all around, I don't really like the characters that much. And that kind of hurts the movie. And then the big gripe, the kills. Bad CGI on certain shots. Like some of the best kills in this movie are terrible CGI. There's a kill where there's like a tree branch and he lets it go and it rips the person in half, and it's like horrible CGI, freaking sci-fi original type blood. Just terrible. And something like that, you can never do that and think like, oh, this will age well. It doesn't even look good now. Like when the movie was released now, not now. I feel like I'm talking like that Spaceball scene. When is now gonna be now? Right? He just passed. Shit. But yeah, I don't know, the kills in this movie. I can't think of a kill in this movie that I thought was great. Now one. And that is a shame because you put fucking awesome kills in this movie. I would have looked past me not really caring for many of the actors in this movie. Outside of William Sadler, I think he's great. The girl who plays Serena, I think she's good. I like the actress there. She fit. The main kid, Tyler, I don't know. I wasn't really digging him. The kid who plays Lalo, whatever. Meh. And then, as I said, Alexa, she seems like a an actress from a Skinamax movie. And no, not just because she's like blonde and has plastic surgery. It's just that's part of it, I suppose. But her acting during her crazy moments is no. No, 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 no. I don't like it at all. Um, she's not too bad during her like stripper scenes and her drug addict scenes and I don't know. I don't want to say anything mean there, but yeah, the cast just wasn't working for me all that much, and the kills are lackluster. So, but there's some definitely some good things going on in here, and so this movie is about a lost film. Reminds me of cigarette burns, John Carpenter's cigarette burns, and this kid is obsessed. He wants to find it. He's a horror fanatic, and he's making a documentary of sorts. He's vlogging, I guess, and he's going to uncover or dig up this lost movie, and so he becomes so obsessive that his gorgeous girlfriend Serena tries to fuck him, and he's like, "Sorry, I'm working on this project. I can't do it." And let that be a lesson. If you got a girlfriend, especially a hot ass one like this, but if you got a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, and she comes on to you and you're doing something, don't turn her down like that. Because, like Serena does in this movie, the next night she's going to be fucking your best friend. Mark my words. So, don't do that to your girlfriend. It doesn't work out well. And I liked that about this movie, though. I liked that the girlfriend was screwing around and was being totally hypocritical by being jealous about him, because she was like, "Oh, he's out with a different girl," and this and that. But she fucked Lalo before she found out he was seeing Alexa at the titty club. So, and I don't even think she knew it was at a strip club, but she found out after they had sex that he was going to track down, Kincannon's daughter. And then she's like, "Oh, yeah." And he's like, "I guess we're off the hook now." Or she says that. I think she says that. Doesn't matter. But yeah, she tries to all act high and mighty. But here's the thing. Like, there's like a little bit of a love square going on here. It's not really a triangle. It's not 3 sides. It's 4. So a love square. And like, I get it. I kind of get all of it. I get why Serena's kind of doing it. The I don't blame Serena as much as I normally would. Like I feel like I do see she's starved for affection, starved for attention, and she looks for it in Lalo to try to get some kind of a response out of herself or out of him, maybe hoping that he'll get jealous or he'll acknowledge her again. And I don't know, she kind of starts to warm up to Alexa. She's not really ever a bitch to her all that much. She just seems jealous of her. Her character just doesn't really annoy me like a character like that normally would. I'd be like, "Oh, this cheating bitch, this hypocritical bitch, I need her to go." So I liked the dynamic there that they had between all the different romances that were kind of brewing. The one between Lalo and Serena seemed pretty believable, because he wasn't really all that into her. He was just kind of a guy wanting to get laid. I mean, he keeps talking about how he wants to get laid, and he's trying to bang her and whoever the hell else. And she's just looking for affection, and Tyler is just obsessed with this movie. But once he realizes that he's probably lost Serena to his best friend there, he doesn't even take it bad. It's not like he wakes her up and goes on this big hissy fit drama queen theatrics or anything. He kind of goes at, he just kind of looks over and he's like, should have saw it coming. Like, I've been completely ignoring the shit out of her. And he kind of acknowledges the fact that he was wrong. And in that moment, though, he kind of realizes maybe I wasn't all that into it, or I'm, free or whatever. And he has this romantic moment with Alexa there, and they have their kiss. And I don't know, that stuff all does seem believable. I like the way that all plays out. As even if I don't really care for some of the characters in the movie, I did like the way that was all written. All right, so this movie does have one thing that I always complain that these slasher movies don't have enough of, and this has it in spades. Holy shit. It's bountiful. Bountiful. That puts the tits in bountiful. Holy shit, there's a lot of nudity in this. A lot of boobage from both our lead actresses here, and they're wonderful, and a ton of strippers. And as I said, the two leads, they don't just it's not like a nipple flash. Like, we see them full on for a good amount of time, and even Serena is getting freaking hammered from all different positions, and we get to see her in all her glory, and it's wonderful. So for all you slasher guys out there, and maybe some girls too, who like to have some tits with their blood, seems like a freaking breakfast meal. I like to dip my tits in blood. Yeah, you get tons of them, and for long periods of time. So that was a great part of this. And then, so he goes and he tracks her down. They go back to her hotel room. If you're going to go to a stripper's hotel room and you don't even tell your girlfriend, she's probably going to fuck your best friend. He does a lot of things, and that's why when he's like, nah, I should have saw it coming, I like that, because it's like, he should have. Well, the shit he does in this, he turns her down, this fucking beautiful girl, turns her down, because it's like, no, I got to get back to my vlog. Like, fuck her, and then getting back to it. And then, so yeah, he goes back there, and she's like, don't judge me, and shoots up some heroin. And then he decides to put it upon himself, because he needs to make this movie so badly. He's going to forcibly wean her off of heroin. Well, I guess he's not weaning her off of, he's just straight up fucking making her go through full-on withdrawal. Which if she was addicted to that shit enough, that could kill her. So not the smartest move, but he ties her up, and he lets her sweat it out for God knows how long. She says that he's been gone for days. So she breaks it, and he drives her out, and I guess she's good now. I guess she's all right, and she owes him a grat of datitude. Wow. That's the kind of shit people would edit out, but you know me. Okay, she owes him a debt of gratitude. Wow. When you start talking too fast and it's 2 a.m, that's the kind of shit that happens right there. And yeah, I don't think that, not calling your girlfriend for days too, like, nope. And I like how Serena just spends the night at Lala's. Like, fuck it. Like, I think it's his house. I don't know whose house they were at, but I'm guessing you wouldn't go to bed at their house. That would be idiotic. And then, Lalo does say something that I say all the time and I never hear anyone say. And that's fuck me sideways. Or some form of that with sideways. And I say it a good amount, and I've never heard anyone say it. So when he said it, I was like, oh, I don't know. I never hear that saying. I don't even know where I got it, but I guess it's an actual saying. So there you go. And I think I've said it on the channel a few times. I'm sure I have. So this scene with Tyler where he's interviewing the townie and he's telling him about the movie that he saw, and he keeps trying to not let him talk about what he just wants to talk about, and just keeps trying to give him directions to keep on track for what he's trying. I don't know. This actually annoyed me. He kept trying to tell him and then there was a death at the theater and blah blah, and then he would go back, oh, I'll film you, okay, and then the guy would go back into a store, and it's just like he'd get so angry and this and that, and it's like, there's only a few people on planet Earth that have ever seen this movie. You found one of them, you think you'd be treating him nicer, and what? This is digital. You're fucking gonna run out of film stock? Let the fucking guy talk. Let him tell his story. You can edit. It's not like you press record and then that's like this, where it's all one take and you can't take out fucking gret of datitude or whatever. No, you can edit this guy. Let him talk. He may give you pearls at certain points, and then the rest can be dog shit. That's the point of editing, you fucking jack off. I don't know. He just wouldn't let him speak, and it was pissing me off. This is the one guy you've ever met that's seeing the movie that you're so obsessed with. You would be just enamored by anything he had to say that was even slightly pertaining to the, oh, you drove what kind of car there? Okay, what was the make and model? And tell me about the paint. I don't care. Just tell me fucking anything that's even slightly related to this thing I'm so obsessed with that I don't even fuck my gorgeous girlfriend for. Won't even let him speak. I like that Lalo actually brings a gun. Fuck all good it does him. This just reinforces that mindset that no matter what, I don't care what you have. I don't care if you have a fucking satellite phone and a machine gun and the entire National Guard with you. You're getting dead, all right? You getting killed. Yeah, I already said all that bullshit. The hillbillies come to rape them, which we find out later in the movie that Alexa paid them to come do that. And here we go. Here's the perfect opportunity for Babyface to just have a whole reel of awesome kills. And they're all just lame. They're all just whatever kills. It's like slash throat and this, it's like CGI stuff, and it's lame, like a slash throat with some blood running down. Like, really? That's the best you got? Come on. This movie is dirty. It's grimy. It's fucking gross and inappropriate at times. I mean, this guy fucks his like 12-year-old daughter and has a kid with her. And then this kid is raised in this fucked environment so much to the point where he actually takes on the persona of the killer they made up in the movie and cuts his own face off. This is the opening of this movie, which I forgot to mention here because I'm jumping all over the place, is fucking amazing. They have, I don't like opening, openings to movies like that. I don't like fucking opening credits. Thank you, Jesus Christ. But these I loved because it's showing like this really creepy version of Hush Little Baby as this kid just takes pieces of his face and cuts them off and throws them down, and then at the end it's like the hills run red and he just screams and his fucking eyeballs like hanging out, his face is all mutilated, and he's like 10 years old. Amazing. Fucking awesome. So there you go. So I just feel like Babyface could have just done so fucking much more here. It really bums me out. But yeah, as I said, like the movie's so gritty, it's so grimy, it's so dirty, it's so wrong that it does that. It like makes a kid cut his face off and this and that. And I'm like, dude, this movie warrants gore. This movie warrants brutal murders. And while you definitely would consider these murders to be brutal if they happen in real life, no doubt, they're not brutal to the screen because we can't see much of what's going on, and what we do see is lackluster. So it's a damn shame, man. Just put the rad kills in here and I would have looked past everything else. We would have had the tits, we would have had the gore, we would have had the amazing looking killer, we would have had the amazing William Sadler as Kincannon here, we would have had all of that stuff. We would have had the great story that this guy is, desperately searching for some lost film. Nicolas Cage is going after. You got anything harder? You got any snuff? I got to review that movie one day. But yeah, the kill thing is bumming me out. This is why I didn't care for it the first time. I enjoyed it more this time, but gotta get those kills, man. I gotta get those kills in a movie like this. Not every slasher needs great kills. Look at Halloween. fucking my favorite horror movie of all time. There's no gore. The kills are not all that inventive, really. There's a strangulation, a throat slit. It's not, but that movie has style all day long. It has amazing performances by Donald Pleasance and Charles Cyphers, and like this movie doesn't really have that to lean on all that much, so it needs to up the ante with the kills. It can't just get by with titties, but you know, those are good too. All right, and so once Babyface comes and attacks and chases after Alexa there, Tyler takes his camera and continues to keep shooting his documentary. Hey Tyler, this isn't a found footage movie. You don't have to come up with reasons to continue to keep filming. Like, he's really going to go in there and look, and I get, like, this is what I'm saying, like, he acts like he's so obsessed, but there's other things that contradict that, which I kind of already pointed out to me. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, he's obsessed, all right. And he goes in there and he films this guy's house, and then he finds, as soon as he finds the freaking film stock hanging down, and he sees that it's her and him in there. And when she whispers in his ear earlier in the strip club, they're always watching. He should have instantly known that she was in on it. And the fact that he didn't put that together is pretty silly to me. And the slasher in this movie, Babyface, uses a gun. He uses a gun a few times. So for all of you out there that argue that Terminator isn't a slasher movie because he uses guns, what do you consider this when he uses guns multiple times in the movie? Huh? And so does a couple other people. They shoot. Freaking Kincannon himself shoots Alexa. And Alexa, does Alexa shoot anybody? I think she might, maybe not, but a lot of people use guns in this movie. The killer himself uses a gun, so guess it's not a slasher. I guess I might as well just stop recording right now, because that argument is firm. And all the bodies hanging from the ceiling when Serena there is running from Babyface. Awesome stuff. Looks great. And then she goes and she dips herself in the blood and she comes out, and she definitely got something. She had to have got some kind of disease from that. But she comes out and it's all for nothing. She just like cleans herself off and walks out, and he's up on the roof, boom, jumps down on her. That's that. And then he rapes her ass. And we know she actually does get raped, because it's like, did she not? Well, she's pregnant at the end of this movie with Babyface's kid. So I'd say he got it in. Maybe just the tip, but enough to get it in there, you know, and impregnate her. Where the fuck am I on this? All right, so then Babyface and, well, Alexa wants to prove to her dad that she can direct too, and he is not having that shit. There's only one director in this family, so he critiques her, she critiques him back. He shoots her, Babyface gets pissed off, and Tyler comes in and tries to act like the director and is like, kill him, I got it on film. And that's gonna work for about 2 seconds until it doesn't work, and Babyface does kill Kincannon, but he also goes after Tyler here, so kind of backfires, kind of works, kind of doesn't work. And then, one thing I did love about this movie is the Babyface's voice. See, in these movies, Babyface would either have no voice, or his voice would be like some, you know, mentally deranged, or somebody with like a mental disorder. You'd be like, yeah, yeah, or some like crazy, insane voice. But his voice in this movie is totally normal, and it's so off-putting in the moment. It's like, what the fuck? When he leans down and he's just like, you can keep singing if you want, or whatever the hell he says to her, like whatever makes you feel better or something like that. His voice is perfect because he's just a normal guy. Like, he cut off his face. Yes, he's a deranged killer. Yes, but like, that's his normal voice, and I love it. I love that they don't try to modulate it. I like that they don't try to change it in any way or make it any scarier. That made it scary, and I loved when he leaned in and he said that shit to her. I was like, oh, that's fucking good stuff. Babyface is stabbed, so her son is killed by Serena there, and you think they got away with it. You think that Tyler and Alexa are gonna, walk off into the sunset together. Nope. Serena comes, lays him out, and then sets up this freaking theater bizarro type shit with all these bodies all around. Awesome. Reminds me of the staging at the end of Bloody Birthday, when she puts all her friends around the birthday table for her birthday party, all the dead bodies, or all the dead bodies in the cabin in Sleepaway Camp 2, something like that. When somebody arranges the bodies to like look like they're watching a movie or hanging out at a birthday party or just doing normal lively activities of living people. Just something about that, especially since all the bodies are in different states of decay. Like, some of them are brand new, some of them are hillbillies, some of them have been dead for a very long time, and they're essentially just like bones and some bits of rotted flesh. Just the aesthetic there is incredible. I love that shot. But him doing like a John Trent at the end of In the Mouth of Madness impersonation, where he's laughing at the screen, ha ha ha, as he's like barbed wire wrapped around, as he's gonna bleed out from sitting there, the inactivity, which reminds me of Cecil in Saw 5. Yeah. So yeah, I don't care for that. I didn't care for his laugh. It felt very forced. It didn't feel realistic at all. It didn't feel like madness. It didn't, nothing. Sam Neill's at the end of In the Mouth of Madness, as John Trent there, when he's laughing at his own movie, is brilliant. That's like the perfect manic laughter. But yeah, it is what it is. And then, we get a post-credit sequence here of Serena pregnant with Babyface's kid, and Alexa there has plans for that baby. She sings her the Hush Little Baby song, and gifts the kid the mask for his or her future as the Babyface killer. Anyway, guys, all right, that was Slasher Sunday. I'm so glad I finally got to get to this movie, and I got to get to bed. See you tomorrow for Monster Monday. Adios.